Welcome back to the 9th Gym program, and today we're going to be continuing the Crown Tundra guide series with Cresselia. Now, let me go ahead and give a little disclaimer. If you play singles, I don't actually have a single spotlight for this video, just so you know. It lost Toxic. It's just not that good in singles. I'm sorry. If you can figure out a good way to use it, tell me in the comments below, because I'd love to hear it. Anyway, into the actual what we're saying about Cresselia. So, Cresselia is a really good Pokemon, actually. It's like insanely good Pokemon. It's very bulky. It has a great move set, move pool for supportive moves. Things like Helping Hand. You have Trick Room, Icy Wind, a lot of speed control, damage control. You have screens. The Pokemon can do a lot of things, and it's pretty good at doing all of those things. It's also incredibly bulky with an HP stat of 120, defense at 120, and special defense at 130. All around insanely good natural bulk, allowing you to use berries or something instead of an Eviolite, like something like Dusclops or Porygon 2. Overall, this Pokemon is just a really good Pokemon that's bulky and great for supportive Pokemon. That's really it. It's a great support Pokemon. Psychic typing is pretty okay. You know, three weaknesses, 2 resistances. All of them are pretty commonly played, things there. But not too terrible. You also have Levitate, which is good. Damage dealing ground type moves have no effect, so you can bring this Pokemon in pretty safely against things that you expect to get max quaked. Waste a Dynamax turn, looking pretty good there. This Pokemon is really good. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Its attack is 70, its special attack is 75, which is not great, but after a Calm Mind or 2, maybe it can actually do pretty good damage. And then you have speed at 85, which is pretty okay. Not great for a Trick Room Pokemon, but not bad in a format where we have a lot of fast Pokemon. I mean, our top-end speed charts are like crazy, just crazy dominated by great Pokemon in 150 to 200 range, so, it's not bad for a Trick Room Pokemon. Anyway, that is about it for the overview. Let's go ahead and talk about the VGC builds I have prepared. I have 2 of them. They're pretty similar. They have very much so the same spread, except, one is min speed. It's more of a Trick Room setter. The other one has Trick Room as an option. You don't have to run this Pokemon as a Trick Room Pokemon really only, but giving yourself like a flexible team with a Trick Room mode as well as a non-Trick Room mode. Cresselia can be great for either of those modes, with Icy Wind for your fast Pokemon and Trick Room for your slow Pokemon, just being a very good supportive Pokemon for a flexible team. So it's pretty good. Anyway, the first one is the more flexible build. Cresselia at Wiki Berry. This could be, a multitude of items. You could go for a weakness berry. You could go for a weakness berry like Kasib or Colbur for a ghost or dark type. You could for bug, but I would go for the ghost or dark type one more so. You could go for citrus if you don't want to go with a pinch berry, or even leftovers if you just want some continual heal. All of those are really good options for Cresselia's item. Levitate, of course, we can't change that, and the EV spread we'll talk about in one moment, as it is the same for both of these Pokemon, but I want to go ahead and explain the little bit of differences. So first off, I went with Bold Nature for this one instead of Relaxed Nature. Since it's not really a dedicated Trick Room Pokemon, you're going to be bringing this Pokemon not only when you want to be playing Trick Room. A lot of teams that have a Trick Room mode have 0 speed Pokemon, since when you bring them, you're usually going to run into the Trick Room mode. But with this Pokemon, you can also just bring it in and be incredibly bulky, Calm Mind up with a Pokemon like Metagross that can, give you +1 defense with max moves, or +1 special defense with max quake, kind of things. And then using Icy Wind as a form of speed control. This Pokemon doesn't always have to be on Trick Room teams, which is why I gave it the, normal speed to where it can speed tie with common Rillabooms and DD females, in Pokemon of that sort, Tapu Fini, because this is a very populated speed tier. So it's good to have it, not minus speed unless you want Trick Room to go up almost all the time. So that's the difference between these 2 builds, essentially. Anyway, Icy Wind, Trick Room, Psychic, and Calm Mind. I wanted the dual speed control options, Icy Wind and Trick Room. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's not enough. It's probably not enough. But yeah, there's like a lot of different options, and those were the 4 I went with for this build. You can definitely change it. Calm Mind, if you don't want it to be really if you don't really care about it dealing damage, you can run that instead with like Ally Switch or like Skill Swap for the team. Screen, something like that. But I just like this set. I think it's really good. As far as the EV spread goes, 212 HP, 156 defense, and then 140 special defense. It's a pretty spread out EV spread, giving you a good bit of additional, defenses. Pretty good stuff. It's pretty spread out between defense and special defense. It's pretty close to almost even split, and it's pretty good. So, we'll talk about damage calcs here in a little bit, and for now, I'm just going to leave you with that spread in mind. Living a lot of really good things. Urshifu, we live Dragapult. There's a lot of good, damage calcs that this lives. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the second one here, the second build for Cresselia, it's Mental Herb at Mental Herb for the item. This is so that you can't get taunted, or when you do get taunted, you get untaunted, so that Trick Room goes up without a hitch. Ran 0 speed IVs and relaxed nature on this one so that it can be as slow as possible, hitting 81, which is not incredibly slow, but it is pretty slow, outspeeding all those, not min speed, Tapu Fini, Cresselias, Rillaboom, and DD Female, all of those Pokemon. Suicune is a very populated speed tier. So yeah, being as slow as possible so that Trick Room is more potent. We also have Helping Hand in favor of Icy Wind so that, you have more support. Since this is going to be on more of a dedicated Trick Room team, Icy Wind is going to see a lot less play since you want Trick Room to be up the entire time. And then I just left Psychic and Calm Mind for its best stab move and Calm Mind. There are some other options for moves. It is a very customizable Pokemon. So I went with all of these moves, but there are other options, obviously. So one is Psyshock. Psyshock is really good. It plays off of your opponent's defense instead of special defense. So if you have a very physical, or if you have a very special oriented team, Psyshock can play off of defense, so it can give you a little bit more versatility so that you're not just locked into, only really attacking with special defense or special attacking Pokemon. I just went with Psychic because it'll usually be used over Psyshock, but sometimes Psyshock is a great option depending on the team. And then, we have coverage, Ice Beam, Moonblast, and Shadow Ball. If you're going for a more offensive Calm Mind build, you could go with Stab plus an attack, something like Ice Beam to hit pesky Landos and stuff. We have a lot of good dragons in the meta. Ice Beam is a good option. Same with Moonblast, and Shadow Ball hitting, opposing Cresselias and stuff could be good. Could be very useful. As far as other supportive moves go, it has a lot of them. Ally Switch, as much as everybody hates it, it is a very good move, and it's definitely something you could consider for using this. I think right now it's like the third most used on Pikalytics, and for good reason. I mean, it's a crazy move. Skill Swap, this can be really good if you have a lot of Pokemon that have a big ground weakness, hitting things like Stack Attacka with your Skill Swap, or Heatran with your Skill Swap, making it so they have Levitate, and then you have really good stuff. You could also hit your own Intimidate Pokemon and then double Intimidate. That could be a really cool option as well, especially with something like Incineroar that already has that ground weakness. Giving Levitate over and then Intimidating again could be really cool. So Skill Swap is good. Moonlight heals up a little bit. It's really good if Cresselia becomes an endgame win con. After a couple of Calm Minds or stat boosts from max moves, Moonlight can be really good. Reflect and Light Screen, you got screens, and then Safeguard as well. For just keeping away, status inflictments. So it's pretty good. Inflictment, is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, that's about it for the customizable moves. All of them are very good. They're all very strong moves, options. So as far as synergetic Pokemon go, first off, we have Glastrier. I think this has pretty much astonished everybody and solidified itself as the best Trick Room sweeper currently. It is still getting a lot of play, mostly due to the hype of being a new Pokemon, but I still think, it is very, very strong. It's unbelievably bulky, and it loves Trick Room, and Cresselia, in my opinion, is one of the best Trick Room setters that you can use. Of course, if you're going for weakness policy, Glastrier, probably Dusclops is a better Pokemon, but definitely a good Pokemon to consider if you're going for a Cresselia-based Trick Room team. Same with Stack Attacka. This is a really good one as well. And another really cool synergy about Stack Attacka is they both have Trick Room. So Stack Attacka and Cresselia both can use Trick Room. So, your opponent has to kind of play should I Trick Room this guy or taunt this guy or taunt this guy? Which one's going to Trick Room? They never know. And you can even go for Ally Switch on Cresselia into Stack Attacka and play around so many different ways. Your opponent really has no idea what's going to set Trick Room. So yeah, that's a really cool one. Anyway, that is about it for this slide. Let's go ahead and move on to speed tiers. I already pretty much explained them, with 105 being a very populated speed tier to be at. Let me go ahead and add this because I forgot it. Boom, there's Cresselia. He's right here. At 105, it's on the same speed tier as Pokemon like Indeedee Female, Rillaboom, Suicune, Tapu Fini. Like I said, a very populated speed tier with a lot of really good Pokemon. All of those are like, pretty good, well-used Pokemon. We have Tapu Fini and Rillaboom both being top 10 Pokemon in the game. Currently on Pikalytics, we also have Indeedee Female. Like, so many great Pokemon being on that same speed tier. So, if you go for a 0 speed, you're at 81, which then you're outspeeding, all those Pokemon in Trick Room, but getting outsped by all those Pokemon. So there's big trade-offs with picking your speed. Initially at 105, you are outspeeding a lot of good Pokemon, things like Milotic, Togekiss, Heatran, Celesteela, opposing 0 speed Cresselias, Tyrannitars. There's a lot of really good Pokemon. Some of those, of course, will be faster, like some Heatran have speed investment. Most don't, but some do. And Togekiss, a lot of Togekiss have speed investment, so those may be outspeeding you, but usually won't be. Same with Tyranitar, it could have speed investment. But yeah, 105 is pretty low on the speed tier spectrum. Not really getting outsped by very many Pokemon until that 150 tier. Things like Excadrill, Lando T, Max Speed, Tapu Fini, Duraludon, some weird stuff. And then, up from there, Arcanine, you have your Tapus, you have a lot of really good Pokemon up there, Kartana, Garchomp, all these really strong Pokemon in those 150 to 200 range that are all going to be outspeeding this Pokemon. But once you set Trick Room, they got to think twice. All right, so yeah, that's speed tiers. Let's talk about damage calcs before I end the video. I was going to say real quick, but this is usually one of the longer segments of the video. Anyway, Moltres, Galar, Max Darkness, Weakness Policy procced at +2, plus 252 plus. I said plus so many times. Essentially what it is, it's double special attack, max invested, max darkness into this exact spread, leaving us with only a 25% chance to get O-code. Now, this is also with +1 from Calm Mind boosted. Now, let me go ahead and preface this with Moltres Galar usually will not be having a modest or, plus special attacking nature, but I just wanted to go ahead and add that because even if it does have that, it only has a 25% chance to OHKO, which is a pretty good roll. Still something to note. Also, that is with Weakness Policy procced Max Darkness into Cresselia. Super bulky Pokemon with that 212 HP, 140 special defense, +1. We're not that bad. We're in pretty good shape. Next, we have Lando T Max Flutterby. This usually won't be used, but it definitely will be if they're in this position where Lando is up against Cresselia. Definitely a good option. Off of the root move U-turn, so it only has 120 BP, but still it's pretty good. This is 252 plus attacking Lando T into our 212 HP, 156 plus defense Cresselia, hitting a guaranteed 2-hit KO, 50 to 59, which is a little unfortunate, but still not that bad. And if it doesn't have the plus nature, like Adamant Nature, it's not going to be a guaranteed 2-hit KO. They have to have a roll for that. And it might not even be a roll, to be honest. But yeah, regardless, guaranteed 2 KO at the very worst. Next, we have Dragapult Max Phantasm Life Orb boosted, max attack investment into Cresselia, hitting 84 to 99. That is why I put the exact spread into 156 plus defense and 212 HP to live this attack. Pretty good stuff. Guaranteed 2 KO, no prob. Now, next we have 252 attack Life Orb, Urshifu Single Strike, Wicked Blow, critical hit. A lot of stuff there into our Cresselia on a critical hit. I already said on a critical hit. Oh well. Same calc as the Dragapult Max Phantasm, actually, which is really interesting. But it is 84.2 to 99.5. Guaranteed 2 KO, which is very good. Now, usually, Urshifu has Focus Sash, so this will be, not that relevant of a calc usually. It's usually going to be not Life Orb, but sometimes it will be Choice Band as well. So you'll never know if this is going to be a safe calc because, yeah, Urshifu can have Choice Band and then guaranteed OHKO, but I still thought this was a really notable one to have. I mean, I didn't even know this was going to be the exact way it is, but yeah, it's a pretty good damage calc to have. Anyway, next I wanted to show off that it can do a little bit of damage. It's not crazy because this does have to be Calm Mind boosted and into a super effective hit, but still pretty cool. Calm Mind boosted 0 special attacking Cresselia Psychic into a 4 HP, 0 special defense non-Dynamax Zapdos hits Zapdos Galar hits 80 to 95, which is guaranteed 2 KO. That's a lot of damage on this Pokemon, and even if it's Dynamax, this is almost a guaranteed 2, or it's a guaranteed 2 KO into a Dynamaxed one. Or is it guaranteed? No, it's not. It's a lot of damage though. It's a decent amount of damage, 40 to 50% almost, guaranteed 3 KO. A lot of damage against a Dynamaxed bird, and it's not really doing much to you. because it doesn't really have any super effective spread against it, which is pretty good. Actually, it might have like Throat Chop or something. I don't know. Anyway, next we have Cresselia Psychic into a 4 HP, 0 special defense Nihilego. This thing is incredibly specially bulky, so, you know, getting a 52 to 62 guaranteed 2-hit KO on this Pokemon, I still think is a win. So, it's pretty good stuff. Anyway, that is about it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. In sum up, I think Cresselia is really, really strong in VGC. And, you know, obviously, it's not that great in singles, or else I would have made a single spotlight. But still, very strong Pokemon in VGC. Incredibly bulky, great supportive Pokemon. Amazing under Trick Room. Great guy. Anyway, that is it for the video. You know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the Patreon, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, watch me live on Twitch. All of those links will be down in the description below. Down to the description below. Say it twice. Good luck. Anyway, have a great week. Goodbye.